Listener, I am on the White Rim Road. This is the backcountry of Canyonlands National Park. And we've visited this park twice before, but for years, Kyle has wanted to rent a Jeep and come out here and drive this road. The White Rim Road is a 100-mile 4x4 trail that winds around the edge of the canyon. It goes far below the island in the Sky Mesa, and you need a permit to be out here. So many people will come and spend 2 or 3 days driving and camping here. We decided to do the trip in 2 days with one overnight. So we are camping along a canyon edge in a little tent that we packed and have been carrying in one of our storage bins in the camper for thousands of miles now just to get to this one night on the trip. Today we covered about 60 miles. We crossed shelves of white sandstone. We climbed rocky ledges and we just crawled along roads with towering cliffs on one side and breathtaking drop-offs on the other. Every few miles out here, the landscape just seems to change completely. It's like one moment we were weaving between these sandstone towers, and the next we're just overlooking miles of desert and sagebrush just stretching across the horizon. We've been out here all day, and in all of this time, we've only seen 5 other vehicles out here on the road. It is wonderfully quiet here. So driving is one of Kyle's favorite things to do. So I knew that he would love today, but I was still surprised at how comfortable he was on this terrain. Because when I tell you that parts of it were steep, I mean capital STEEP, steep. Sometimes we'd start climbing up a rock face and it would be so sharply pitched that all we could see in the windshield was the sky above us. The road would just disappear completely. And when you're going up like that, you can't tell if the road is going to continue straight, if it's going to curve around some tight switchback, or just drop off in some other direction. Every time this happened, we just simply had to keep climbing up until the next few feet of road would come into view. And all day long, I just kept hearing Kyle say the same kinds of things over and over. He'd say, "Where's the road? I can't see the road. Which way is the road?" These quotes became my journal entry tonight, because I think this happens in real life too. Sometimes we can't see the road ahead. We know the direction that we're hoping to go, but the next step is hidden from us. We wait, we stop because we want certainty before we move forward. We want the whole route to be understood before we commit. But listener, life rarely works that way, does it? So how do you know you're still heading in the right direction? You can use your values as your compass. I call this my 3D values check. First, define your core values. And I'm not talking about your work values, not your family values, not that version of yourself that you think other people expect from you. Listener, your core values have to be your whole self values, because there aren't multiple versions of us. We live one life and our values have to guide all of it. The second part is to display your values. Look at your actions. When you're living in alignment and moving forward on the right path, your values aren't just ideas, they're visible. So one of my core values is being intentional with my time. And I know that it's on display when I'm creating, learning, moving my body, building something meaningful. And I know that I'm drifting out of alignment when I'm incredibly busy, but somehow I'm still not making any meaningful progress. I can trip myself up because I'm what I like to call a productive procrastinator. It's like I can accomplish 20 tasks, just check, 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 but avoid the one that truly matters. So if I'm not careful, my calendar will tell me that I'm productive, but my values check in will tell me that I'm drifting. And finally, we decide. When life presents a difficult choice, let your core values become the filter. And then choose the path that aligns most with them. Don't make the choice just because of comfort or to avoid fear or what everyone else expects you to choose. Decide what to do based on alignment. And remember, sometimes the right decision is also the uncomfortable one. Sometimes the choice that aligns the most might be the one that requires the most work from us too. But I believe that you can do it. I believe we both can. So if you're standing in front of a future that you feel like you can't clearly see, don't waste all of your energy trying to guess what's farther out there down the road. And don't waste all of your time hoping to figure it out without taking any steps forward. Instead, make sure that your compass is pointing true. Define what matters the most. Put that on display in your actions, and then decide what next step you will choose from that place. You don't have to see the entire road. You only have to trust the direction. And when your values are your compass, they will help you do just that. And eventually, just like we did on the White Rim Road, over and over again, that next stretch of trail will come into view. I'm going to enjoy this peace and solitude this evening, listener. And then we're going to get right back on this trail again tomorrow. Take care, and I'll see you at the next destination. Thank you for listening to this episode of Compass Stories. I'm your host, Veronica Sterling. And if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to hear more and share it with others. Thank you for doing so. That's really helpful for me. To learn more about my message and connect, you can find me at www.veronicasterling.com.